Zoom changed its interface, and I was like, it doesn't look like it's recording, but I think it is. It's gonna give you the.
I got a notification.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're good.
All right. Welcome, everyone. I'm using my teacher voice now. Welcome, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for finding this room. I know it's a shift from where we've been in the past for those of you who are regulars. So my name is Michelle Tobias. I work at Data Lab. So welcome to the Data Lab space. This is our classroom, and yeah, one of the many things I do on campus is help coordinate this thing called Maptime Davis, but I don't do it alone. I do it with a group of people we call Maptime Davis Council, which is a handful of people who are staff and students and community members who get together and make sure this happens. So council folks, give a wave. You can see who all is involved in this. And you know, you all can help us too. This is something that's driven completely by the community. The council likes to hear what you all are interested in so we can find speakers. But if you're interested in giving a workshop or participating in other ways, let us know. We are more than happy to have more people help with this. So it's not like it's, you know, oh, we'll do everything. We really, honestly, like everything on campus could use some more help. So if you're interested in helping, let us know and we will be glad to get help with stuff. There's all kinds of things you can help with too. Not just workshops, but workshops as well. So if you would like more information, if you're new to us, we have a website that's maptimedavis.github.io. And you can go to the events. Looks like a page, technically a modal, yes, Alex.
Is there an event this afternoon?
Oh yes, there is an event this afternoon, which I keep forgetting to put in my calendar. We're gonna have a meetup this afternoon from 4 to 6 at Froggy's, just to get together, say hi, grab a beverage, maybe get one of those burgers that I've heard so much about. You know, hang out, meet people, build community. So invite your friends if they're like, oh, I don't care about, you know, Google Earth today. Maybe they will join us at Froggy's later. So let them know. But yeah, we've got a lot more stuff coming up. Some industry kind of talks, like how GIS gets used on campus for management of entities. We're going to have an R workshop. I'm going to teach hand-drawn maps again because we had so much fun with it last year. So you're going to come get a piece of paper and draw a map by hand together. Super low tech, but that's coming up as well. But today we're going to do Google Earth with a new interface, so we don't have to download anything. And Lauren Mabe is here to tell us about this, and I am super excited to see another thing. I have not played with this yet, so I'm going to be new along with a lot of you. So you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Go.
And then since I have the website up, I will say this is Google Earth Online. There is a Google Earth Pro, which is a desktop version, and it's slightly different. If you want to learn more about that, there's a workshop here in the archive that has some materials that you can use there. Somewhere. Ah, here it is. 10/18, last year's.
Yeah, we also have a YouTube channel, so there's a lot of links to that, but feel free to poke around that too.
But yeah, so this is Intro to Google Earth Online. I'm Lauren Mabe. I'm a PhD student in geography. Hopefully my last year. No, it is my last year. We have decided we are making it happen. But I love giving these Google Earth ones because I think sometimes like people want to make maps, and just that those really high level GISs just have like a pretty high learning curve. And so my idea here with the Google Earth stuff is to really just let you open up Google Earth, make a map day one. So I'm very excited for that. And so that's kind of why Google Earth Online. The main one is just, it's a really simple and intuitive interface. Like you already use Google products, like you could honestly figure it out without me. I really believe that that's possible. So very low barrier to entry, no software downloads. Although, like I said, there is Google Earth Pro, which is a free download. It's got slightly more functionality than the online version. But then at the same time, it has slightly less functionality. So being able to use both, it's just another tool in your GIS mapping pocket, I guess. So that exists as well, but that's not for today. The other one I like is that data that you create in Google Earth, it's really easily shared, especially here in campus where everyone has a Google account, because it's all in Google Drive. Like you can just share the data like you do. Otherwise, you can export your data as an XML, you know, save it to your computer, email it, put it on a USB, whatever you want to do. KML is a file type that's kind of specific to Google, but it can be used in other GISs. So if you're already like an Esri Pro or a QGIS Pro, I still think it's worth knowing how to use Google Earth, because sometimes it's just more convenient. And part of that is because it has a search bar. If you've ever been in QGIS and you're like, I just want to add Sacramento to my map, but then you have to download, you know, all the cities in the state, and then you gotta, you know, filter in all these, you know, sometimes it's just a lot easier to just go to Google Earth, put Sacramento in, you know, KML, load it in, you got it. And then the big one, which I feel like I undermarketed for this workshop, is the cool visualization tools. Like you can really make some cool presentations using Google Earth Online. So that's what I'm really excited about today, because that's where it's like it has more capabilities. The visualization tools is what makes online cool. There are some cons, you know, very limited customizability in the online version. Your maps will look kind of googly. I don't know how else to explain that, but I think you kind of see. The Pro version does have a little bit more customizability, but again, also not nearly as much as something like QGIS would. Speaking of QGIS, there's no analysis. Well, almost no analysis. It is mapping only. And even then, the mapping tools can have some issues, which we'll discuss. There are some available tools that are for analysis in Google Earth Online, but they're very limited application. I'll show you. I think it's just Google's trying to push making money on you, which is also maybe one of the cons, right? It's Google. It's not open source. It's large corporation, things like that. So some people might think that's a con. Some people might think it's a pro, you know, again, works with Drive and all that. So and then I will put the big caveat, if you find yourself limited by Google Earth's capabilities or lack of, that's a good sign that it's time to learn QGIS. And we will hit those limitations like here in this workshop. So that doesn't mean it's useless. I think, again, the visualization tools, the search bar, all of these things are still really useful to use. So let's get into it. Maybe. Come on. There we go. Yeah. So today we will talk about navigating the Google Earth interface, a little bit about GIS data types, just so you are aware of that if you're new to GIS. We will create a map, and then we'll create some visualizations of those maps. And this might be a little bit more of a demonstration rather than a tutorial, right? Because I don't have like instructions for you to follow right here. But again, it's Google. It's pretty intuitive. I think we'll all be able to keep up. If not, just ask me to repeat something, and I totally will. So step one, go to earth.google.com, or since it's a Google product, like through your email, the same way that I access Drive, you can scroll all the way down and get it there. So and then it'll load to the last place you looked at. So if you're new, it might load to your location if your location's on. Or it might just show you the entire Earth. I'm not quite sure what you're seeing on your end. If you click the little Google Earth logo here, that will take you to kind of I don't know, basically Google Earth's Google Drive. And again, it kind of looks like Google Drive. So all of your projects that you'll do will show up here. If you have anything saved to your local device, like a KML or something, you can also see those here. And then just like Google Drive, we can hit new, and then there's all the new projects. So for us, we're gonna start a new map here. And then we have the Earth project interface. So like Google Earth, we'll give it a name. You guys don't know what this map is yet. But just to let you know, it will be like your favorite places on campus. So we can just give it a little name so we don't lose it. And then I think this is my second one, so I'll put a 2 there. And so over here on the left, we have our map contents. Sometimes I call this the table of contents. Sometimes I call it your layers. These are all it's kind of a mismatch of various GIS terminology, but either way, your features or your layers, your points, lines, polygons that you create will all show up here. We also have, the search bar. See where Shield's library is. It'll take you right there. We have, undo, redo, and then up here in our toolbar, we have all of the tools that we will use. We can also access those same things through tools or add menu here. Let's see, down here in the bottom in this corner is our base map settings. There's actually kind of a lot of them. So we can switch here from our satellite view to the Google Maps view. We can also explore, or we can also change how much stuff is on the map. So clean's going to have basically nothing. In map view, it's kind of useless. But in satellite view, right, that just gives us a plain satellite. We also have exploration view, which will add a few more labels, roads, things like that. And then we have the everything view, which is everything in Davis. I think if you're trying to make a nice map for some kind of presentation or something, probably the exploration is going to be your most useful. So that's the one I'm going to stick with today. Oh, and there's the custom version, which you can decide what you want to show individually. But like I said, I'm going to stick with exploration today just to keep it easy. The other thing Google has, which I've turned off, you might have it on, is the 3D buildings option, which when it's on will make your buildings look 3D if this one's tall enough. Davis might be too flat. We might need to go to SAC. And one nice, with the 3D options is like if we tilt to 3D view, there's some trees popping up, things like that. So that's the 3D option. But I generally prefer to keep that off because sometimes the 3D buildings and stuff will like overlap like the lines that you draw. So I generally keep that one off. Same with historical imagery, unless you're making a historical map, that will be useful. Photos, 3D, things like that. So lots of base map settings, but I have everything off. We want to keep it simple, scientific, plain, boring. Just kidding, science is fun. But there are lots of options there. The other thing we have is up here, we have our settings, which again, kind of googly up in the Google settings corner, which has some animation settings. So you noticed when I searched for shields, it kind of like flew over to there. That's what the flight animations are. And you can change the speed. I think I turned mine up a little bit just because I don't want us to be spending time watching it fly around. But when we get to story maps, being able to change the speed will be helpful. And then I also change it to have no animation when it gets to the end. I'll show you, let's see what it looks like with orbital animation. And let's go to Froggies, I guess. So this is what orbital animation looks like, right? Where it kind of circles around the place. Again, might be useful with story maps, but for now, I don't want that. That's kind of annoying. So I turn that one off too. And just have no animation. There's some navigation controls online, billing, and then some other display settings, default view, things like that. And you can also change your units, right? I think it defaults to metric, but you can change it to, feet, miles. What else we got? Oh, just feet and miles. Your distance unit, you know, can be nautical miles if you're in the ocean. And might be useful if you're using this as a tool with higher level GISs, is your lat long formatting. For now, I'll just keep it degrees, minutes, seconds. It's fine. So those are some of the settings. For me, I keep them simple, turn things off. No craziness. Except for the flight animations, because I do kind of like those. Let's see, did I cover everything? Create new map projects. Oh, the navigation controls. So for our navigation controls, we can click this button here and it'll show them on screen in a kind of ugly way, but hey, it's what we got. So we can pan the map, which is kind of, we're basically taking the camera and moving it across the surface. We can rotate the map, so we're rotating our camera here. And then we can also tilt the map, which is, you know, we're kind of tilting the camera here. So I don't super like those, but you know, what else? If you want them on screen, you can have them. We also have the little Street View guy because it is a Google product. So there is Google Street View embedded. That's this little guy.
How did you get to the navigation?
It's this little arrow right here. And if you don't have those, I think you need to turn on the setting here, on screen navigation controls. Okay, sorry about that. That one's up to you. It's some people like it, sometimes people don't. Sorry about that. I didn't realize I'd turned that one on. If you have your location enabled, you can show your location. I keep mine off on my computer. I mean, Google knows where I'm at and my phone, but they don't need to know where my computer's at. And then this tilt the view to 3D. So if you click this button, it will either tilt to show you straight up and down, like what you would think of as a map, or if you click it, it'll do the kind of circling animation. And when you want that to stop, you click it again. However, now we're facing south, which is not what we want. So we can double click our little compass and it'll reorient us to get us north here. So also, if you just click it, you can set your tilt heading, things like that manually. But just double clicking it will always get you back to that kind of normal north orientation. And then there are some keyboard shortcuts that we can use. So to pan, you can click and drag, again, kind of classic Google mapping app ways, or you can use your arrow keys. So here's just arrow keys. Come on. Or you can click, so it'll kind of hold on to the spot and move it around for you. You can also use WASD arrow keys if you're a gamer. To zoom, scroll up or down, or there's the plus minus keys. So if I scroll in, or if I scroll up, that'll take us out. If I scroll down, that'll take us back in. You can also use, stop that. Okay. The plus minus, but for some reason on my computer, it doesn't work. But I don't know. Online, it said you can use your plus minus. But there is also this little plus minus back here too, if you just want to use that. So then what's our final one? The tilt and the rotate. So to tilt, if you want to do that not using the on-screen things, it's just a hold shift and then click and drag, and it'll kind of circle around for you. And then the rotate is shift and then your left and your right arrow on your keyboard, or your A and D on the keyboard. So there's some other ways to kind of navigate around. So I'm going to double click my little compass here, get me back to north. We're going to zoom out, find Davis again. There we go. So that's how we navigate in Google Earth. Double check that I got everything. Oh, if you want to look at some historical imagery, it's up here. And you can, you know, choose your time period here, but I'm going to keep us in 2025. This can be useful for your story maps. I used this once in my own house because our front yard was like collapsing and we're like, is this a sinkhole opening up? And then we used the historical imagery and there just used to be a tree there that was cut down 5 years ago. So historical imagery is useful. There's add data layers, that's like built-in layers. We'll get to that. This is, here, I'll show you the weird analysis that Google has. So you can try these, like they have these weird, you can explore building and solar designs. That's like the only analysis you can do here in Google. It requires you to have a login to some outside app. So I have not used these, but they do exist if you're interested in that. They seem fairly limited, I have to say. And then we can also measure things by clicking the measuring, adding a point, clicking, it'll tell us all our measurements. And of course, if we don't want that to be in meters, we can change that in the settings. Oh, and I guess you can save measurements to projects. I did not know that. Cool. We're gonna not do that right now though. I gotta stay on task. So that is navigating in Google Earth. Before we get to using Google Earth, I do want to give us a quick overview of the two main types of spatial data. The first one is vector data, which is discrete areas. So this is going to be made of points, lines, and polygons. So everything in vector data is going to be made of vertices and paths. There's different file types that you might come across in the wild. The one that Google uses is KML. Shape files are really common, SHP. There's also things like GeoJSONs, things like that. Shape files and other types, that's going to be for other GIS software. Google Earth Online can only handle KMLs. So keep that in mind if you're downloading data to choose the KML version. The other type of spatial data is raster data. So that's like continuous surfaces. And a raster data is made up of pixels or a grid of cells, and each cell contains a piece of information. It's basically a picture, right? And so raster data is really useful for things that cover surfaces. So that can be something like air temperature. There's air temperature every single possible place on Earth. It's also good for things like land cover, which might be quite large. The file types here, the one that I've ever used the most is a .tiff or a .img, but it also can just be PNGs, right? Just classic picture file formats. And technically this, satellite data is a raster because it's made up of pixels. Each pixel is, a piece of a building or a piece of a lawn or something like that. In this workshop, we're going to be mostly working with vector data, points, lines, and polygons. Raster is a little bit more for higher level GISs, but they can be displayed on Google Earth.
Spatial data types we have, and in our archive on the website, a workshop that goes into a lot more depth on this. We're not running it this quarter, but it will come back. But if you want it sooner, it's there, and there's a video, I believe.
So, when to use points, lines, and polygons, that's up to you as the cartographer. Right? What do I put on my map? So in general, think of maps as a text. They provide information to support a specific purpose. So when to use a point, a line, or a polygon really depends on your purpose. What information do I need to convey? Do I need some context? Do I need other bits of information? And how can I effectively convey this info? So for our example project, we're going to map our favorite things on campus. Woo! So that is what I want to put on the map. That's the purpose. The purpose is to show your friend or your mom your life on campus. So the first thing we're going to do is add some points. So I'm going to say choose 2 to 4 places that you frequent often. And we're going to locate these on the map. So you can pan and zoom to it manually, or when I'm in Google, I really just use the search bar. Like that's the easiest place to find things. So I'll start with Shields library. I'm here a lot with map time. But you can start wherever you want. I'm not gonna stop you. And if you use search, once you find it, there is this save to project button that you can just use. Since Google popped up as a point, this will save it as a point. So I'm gonna just go ahead and hit save to project. And then it will ask you if you want to update the info. So when you first zoom to it, it showed you, I think, the information from Wikipedia. But maybe I want my own information here. So we can update that info by adding here, add a description. And I'll say, this is where Maptime Davis is. If we had a picture of Maptime Davis, we could add it, but I don't have one saved to my computer, so I won't. We can change our icon size. I generally prefer the smaller ones, but even then they're not that much smaller. You can also make the icons very large. Again, this kind of depends on your context here. If you're showing the entirety of Davis and where Shields is in there, maybe you want the extra large. But since I'm keeping it on campus, I'm going to keep just a small icon. We can also change our icon. This is where kind of one of those like it looks googly comes in, because your icons are all kind of these like googly points, like if you save something on Google Maps. So that's a bit of a bummer, but there's a lot of them. So if I wonder if there's a book or something that I can use. Oh, and we can search because it's Google. Nice. Here we go. Library, book. And then we can change the color as well. I'll make it purple because that sounds nice. There's also some label settings. Oops. So defaults to medium, small, large, extra large. I'll make the label large. Why not? And you can turn the label off completely as well. You can also manually set where to put the place mark if you want, if you know the lat long. And then we also can manually set the camera view as well. So if I zoom out and hit capture this view, it'll update that. So now anytime I say go to Shields library, it'll look like this. Or if I wanted it really zoomed in, probably a little too zoomed in, we could capture that view. So that's kind of what those camera settings are. And then finally, there's these presentation settings. So this is when we start making story maps. We might want to change these up. It defaults to small card. But there's also other options where it'll pull up a large panel that'll show you lots of information, or you can just have it to show no information at all, just the point. So I'm going to leave it at small card because that's the default. And that's adding points. Let's see, I want to choose another point. I also, let's see, like seeing Cheeto. He's at the physics building, which is around here somewhere. Here it is. So I'll show you how to make a point manually. So without the search, maybe you're like in a, your field works in the middle of a field somewhere or something. So you pan, zoom, go to your place that you want to go to, and then hit the little place mark button, add place mark. Come on. And you'll see I'm kind of dragging a little ghost version of it around. This is where that setting where it's like in the middle is if you set the place mark in the middle, it will always just default to here. Otherwise, the default is to follow your mouse around. So Cheeto's usually at the physics building, so I'll put him here, and I'll call that Cheeto. And we'll put a little description. Cheeto is everyone's favorite campus cat. see, add some media. Add from photo or video URL. Let's see if we can find Cheeto. Oh. Here he is. Look at that chonk. Here, I'm gonna save image as. I'm just gonna save it in my downloads folder. So then we can upload that image of Cheeto here. Nice. And then just, we'll make our presentations large panels, so, because Cheeto is quite large. And then of course we can change all of the other things here. Let's make our place mark orange. Seems nice. And then hit done, and it's been added. Woo! And now we can see all of our places. Cheeto. So that's how you add points. Add as many as you want. I'm just gonna leave it at 2 for our demonstration here. But that's kind of the 2 ways to do it. You can either search for the place and add it through, the search bar, or you can manually find it and add the place mark from the toolbar. The next thing we want to do is maybe create some polygons. So polygons cover large areas. Remember, large is relative here, because the place that I'm going to choose is the sheep mowers, because I love seeing the sheep mowers. If you don't know who the sheep mowers are, it's they bring sheep on campus to mow the lawn, and they're really cute, and you can hang out with them. But I'm going to choose the sheep mowers, and they're actually, I realized when I was making this that the field that they go in is actually smaller than Shield's library. But I'm representing Shield's library as a point, because there's really, one entrance. It's a point, a place you go to, where the sheep mowers, they can mow the whole lawn. So let's see, they're kind of all over the place. I think last time I saw them, they were on the quad. So I'll go there. And if you wanted to, you could zoom way out and, do the UC Davis boundary. You could do Davis boundary. There's lots of polygons you could do. The sheep mower is the first one I thought of. So once you find your place, either through panning, zooming, or search barring to get to it, to add our polygon, we have the Add Polygon or Path button right next to the place mark. And again, this is where it's kind of intuitive. It tells you what to do, right? We add our first point. Let's see, they kind of hang out like here-ish. And you can just draw your boundaries. I'm doing this by clicking each corner, but you can drag and drop. Maybe? No, you cannot in online, never mind. So you have to click on each vertice. Luckily, I'm just making a square here, so that's kind of easy. And then also when you're making a polygon, you want to make sure that you close the shape so you get back to where you started. Ooh. Now once you have it, you'll save it to your project so it shows up in your contents, give it a name. Description, all that. I'm going to skip the description, but if you're making a story map, you could put a long story there. There's also lots of different ways to customize here. We can customize the width of our boundaries. Make them real skinny. We can customize the opacity of the fill. So right now it's about 25%. If we make it 100, it's completely filled in, right? 100% opaque. Let's set it to like 50 or so. And then we can change our colors as well. So sheep mowers can be green. And our fill, I don't know why I'd choose blue, but I want to. Come on. There we go, with an orange fill for some reason. Now, the final thing I want to mention is like, this is kind of an ugly square. Once you're done drawing it, you can still, come on. All right, maybe I have to hit done. Oh. Come on. Ah, there we go. You can still kind of drag your vertices around. manually if you drew it wrong the first time. And then they also give you these little vertices right in the middle, which is kind of nice. So let's say I want a hexagon. If I remember geography, you can also do that. So the first thing you drew, you're not stuck with it. You can change your vertices around. So you'll notice with the polygon, the sheep mower's label didn't show up. So this is kind of a bummer. This is again where we're hitting the limits of Google Earth Online pretty quick here, is polygons can't be labeled. So the thing that we have to do is actually create a second place mark if we want that to be labeled. The other thing is we also can't get rid of that place mark, so have just a plain label. In the pro version, you can just have like an empty place mark and it'll be just the label. But for some reason online, they want you to have that place mark icon. There are some ways to get around that if you wanted to. You could upload a custom icon of just like a blank screen or like an empty image or something, or just like a really teeny tiny one. You could upload a custom one. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as is. Oh, I wonder if there's a sheep in the moor. Let's find out. Oh, I missed the cat. It's sad. All right, well, we'll just leave it a regular. So again, this is where I mean, sometimes there's some weird things about Google Earth Online, such as having to have this little place mark. But if that really bothers you, the pro version, you can have a no place mark and just have the label. So let's see, we created a couple points, we created a polygon, we labeled that polygon. The final thing we can do is make some lines. And I think you guys would be able to do it without me showing you, but I'm still going to show you. Because lines represent linear features with a width that doesn't matter. And that, if the width matters or not is relative. If you're really zoomed in, maybe a road, the width of the road matters. But if you're really zoomed out, it doesn't really matter how wide a road is or a river or something like that. So for my map, I bike everywhere. I will bike from Hunt Hall to Wellman, which is not very far. So maybe I'll make that my line as my biking route. So just like the polygon, you go to where you want to go, add path or polygon. I don't think that's Hunt Hall. We're going to pretend that's Hunt Hall because yeah, that is Hunt Hall. And we draw our corners here, or draw our vertices. With the polygon, when you're done drawing, or with the line, when you're done drawing, just hit done. I think you can also double click and that'll be like, I'm done drawing this line now. And then just like everything else, give it a little name, give a description, width, change. You can change all the things you want. And again, just like polygons, if you want to have a label on your line, on your path, you have to add a point to it. So a bit of a bummer, but I will say, given in your presentation mode, given that it will show up one of these cards, it kind of labels itself. I think Google considers that a feature, not a bug. But if you're making just a static map, it is kind of a bug. So that's the three main parts of mapping is with the power of points, lines, and polygons and adding labels and changing colors, you can map just about anything. Do we have any questions so far? Yeah.
It's long.
I don't think so. I think if you wanted a curve, you would have to make just lots and lots of vertices. Although technically that's in any GIS. A curve would just be lots and lots of vertices.
In certain file formats, there is a definition for curves, but it'll store like a radius and, like how long the arc is, but that's specific to certain types of data. So I don't think KML can do that, and I don't know if shapefile can do that.
No.
Yeah.
But I think there are other formats that can, so you do need arcs. This is not the tool for that. You'll want more sophisticated GIS, and you'll also want to make sure they use a file format that can store that information, but it is possible. It's not here.
So those are, I guess, my favorite places on campus right now, are the library, Cheeto, sheet mowers. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Everyone feel like you got at least one of each, or at least a couple. You gotta have like 2 things for the rest of the presentation. So you got at least 2 things in your map contents. I feel like we're ready to move on. Cool. So this is where, again, we're kind of hitting the limits here. I'm sorry. Saving your data. So you can export the data that you just created as a KML file. This is if you want to use it in a different GIS or you want to share this data. This is pretty simple data, but sometimes working with, if you need like imagery and you need to like digitize it, doing that in QGIS is sometimes a pain in the butt. So this is where Google Earth really shines, is you can draw whatever you need using Google's beautiful satellite imagery, and then put it into whatever project you're using and whatever software elsewhere you're using. So you can do that by the drop down, this drop down, and export as KML file. So if you wanted to do that. Now, if you wanted to make an actual map, you're like, this is the data, this is what I have, I want to make a map, I want to put it in a presentation or a proposal or a paper or something. The suggested Google, this is the official method, is to take a screenshot. So that's a bit of a bummer. I will say this is where Pro help is helpful, because in Pro, I don't know what this point is that I made a long time ago, because in Pro, you can create like a whole map with a title and a scale bar and a legend and stuff like that. So if you want to like be able to make maps directly in this GIS, Pro is going to be where it's at. But that's fine. Look, you take your screenshot and you put it into an image editing software. I actually think PowerPoint and Google Slides is like really nice for that. But if you know Photoshop or even like Canva or something, that's also useful. So that is the mapping capabilities of Google Earth Pro. There's a couple extras that we can do. So this next part is definitely more of a demonstration, because you can add Google Street View as a layer, which is kind of cool. They also have some built-in layers, and you can add stuff from your computer, or if you have like a fieldwork app or something like that. So to add a Google Earth, or to add a Street View, it's really like any other Google product. You take your little Street View guy and you drag and drop him where you want him to go. And you can move around. Where's the egghead? Oh, the egghead's this way, isn't it? Show me the egghead. All right, sorry, we gotta walk a little further than I meant to. There he is, there's the egghead. All right, let me give one more walk, one more step. There we go, that looks good. Right, and so you can add this as a layer using this capture this view button up in the corner. And then once you leave your Street View, then you have, your standard editing tool. So good. All right. Yeah, so you put your Street View down wherever you want them. Let's see, we'll put them over here at near the silo. Well, we'll look at Rock Hall here. So it's capture this view. And so this view is where you're looking. So if you want to look at the silo or the cool UC Davis guy, wherever you end up looking, that's what it captures. And I think you can still zoom in and out from here too. But yeah, it's this little button right here up in the corner. And some of them, so the shields wouldn't let me, but here at the silo, you can see more dates. So there was some construction here happening. But we can take a look at in 2010, there was a kayak here, and this was not a circle. Interesting. Yeah, it looks more circular. Interesting. Anyways. So, yeah, once you capture your view, you have to go back. You have to kind of exit the street view guy. Oh, there's a couple. I'm going to delete one. Oh, to delete, you show more options. Delete. So I'm going to delete this other one. Show more options. Delete. So that's kind of fun. And I think this part is like what makes like the story maps and the presentations really fun, is adding these street views. So this is one of those like, this is a Google Earth like plus, is being able to do the street views.
Or that just, oh, it's just in a
Just from the little street view guy. Yeah, you drag and drop him. I think if you don't want to do that, you kind of got to put him back in his little house. Nope, it won't work. Well, there was an attempt. Oh, I guess you just X out here. And I'm all turned around, so let me double click. There we go. That'll get me back to north. So yeah, let's see. Oh, I have the instructions written out. Sorry, y'all. Locate your spot. Drag and drop your little man. You can walk around. And then this capture this view button is a big one. There's also some built-in layers, which is kind of cool. But they do have very limited customizability. But I'll show you here. So it's this add data layers button. I'm assuming you can also go from add data layer. And it pulls up these different options. I do think having the boundaries is nice, like having state boundaries or level 2, what is this? Counties, having counties. This is supposed to be cities, although if you scroll down, there's a better one. Localities is a good one if you want cities. There's also some like actual data, right? We have medium household income at the census tract level. And I think that's about it that you can access for free. Oh, and there's population. There's 3 different versions of the population and postal codes. They also have these like paid versions that you can use. But the paid versions are like, again, they're mostly for that like solar power. It's like for EV charging and land use are the paid ones. So I don't really know what they're trying to push here. Driveway counts.
Data, come to Data Lab office hours and talk to me or Elise, and we will help you find free data.
Yeah, don't pay for the data. It's
We'll help you as best we can to not do that.
Yeah, don't pay for it through Google, because like I said, this is very limited functionality here. So like here, I'll select the localities and add it to the project. Which is nice because it shows, you know, the city boundary. Davis campus itself is actually considered its own like boundary. It's like its own municipality in a way. It's got completely its own systems. And apparently so is El Macero. I did not know that. But here's what I mean, like you can click on it and that's about it. You can't really do anything else with it. So maybe useful, maybe not. At the very least, if let's say you wanted the city boundary, but you didn't want it to be just like this weird gray that highlights, you could turn this on and then create your own polygon of the city boundaries using this data. So it's useful in some ways, not so useful in others. But it does exist. I'm actually just going to delete it because I don't like it, but it's in the data layers. And honestly, if you find yourself to the point where you're like, wow, I really actually need to use household income data, that's something where it's like, go learn QGIS. QGIS will actually let you use and analyze that data. This is only going to let you just view the data. Right, so we can view it, but we can't really do much else. We can also, if we don't want to delete it, we can just click this little eyeball and that'll just hide it from us. So it's still in our layers, it's just we can't see it. And that works for any layer. The other thing we can do is we can add some outside data. The problem is the online version only allows for KML/KMZ files. Those are the same, basically the same file type. If you end up, you're like, wow, I really need to visualize a shape file, because that's a really common, you can do that in Pro, which is the desktop application. The good thing is like most field data collection apps that you might use can export in KML. So Google Earth has a mobile version if you want it on your phone. My partner uses Gaia a lot, which is supposed to be like a good app for field data collection. I know some people who use Avenza, and then QField is QGIS's version of a field collection data app. So let's say I love Cheeto and have been using my field data app to track every time I see Cheeto. Here's how I would add that to my data. So first in your map contents, you click add. Come on. And then you would import a KML/KMZ. If you have it saved to your drive, you know, again, Google wants you to stay in its ecosystem, you can do that. But I have it from my device here. So I'm going to upload from device. And my Cheeto sightings. And it'll upload. Woo! And you're like, wow, why is the icons these pins? So it uploads whatever icon your map saved. It uses those icons. But you can only use those icons for the thing that you're uploading. I can't now change all my icons to the pin. Kind of annoying. I think that's something to do with KML saves icon data as part of the file. But look, now we have all my Cheeto sightings. Yeah.
Just a comment. Sort of touched on it, that if you're gonna be turning shape files or other things into KMZ, I stand as for sure, but.
Yeah.
QGIS, is QGIS for that.
Yeah. Yeah. KMLs and Esri are like kind of weird.
Yeah.
KMLs in general are kind of weird. It's like very Google specific, but like I said, they are small and kind of convenient, and that's why a lot of those field collection apps use them as well. One thing I will say is when you upload data, it will sometimes come in like a folder within a folder. We can pull those out of the folder if we want, right? We can reorder them and pull that out of the folder. Or you can like remove a folder by dragging them all into the main folder. And then deleting this inside folder. So yeah, sometimes having them in folders is just the way that it works when you upload it. Sometimes a pain in the butt, but sometimes useful. So Google would also say that's a feature, not a bug. I think it's a bit of a bug, but yeah, so to do that, it's just add, import, and then import from wherever you have it saved. Cool. So this next part is honestly a little over my head. I like don't use rasters in my own research, but you can add outside raster data, and it's kind of cool. It like drapes them over the terrain, which is like cool. I don't think that's something that like other GIS programs do naturally, but maybe they do. But it uses tiled web maps. So you enter the overlay URL pattern. And I think it has to be hosted on some kind of server. I'm not quite sure how this works. But if you have a raster saved on your computer, you can do the same thing in Google Earth Pro. So a local raster, I don't know, maybe you're working with crop data or something and you want to see what that looks like on elevation and whatnot. You'll have to use Pro for that, unless it's already in a tiled web map, which is over my head.
I was just playing with it. It will take PNGs,
Oh, okay, cool.
but if you know how to make the PNGs to your reference, use PGS anyways.
It's kind of, yeah. But I think the fact that it like drapes over the it'll drape the raster over your terrain, which we're in Davis, it's so flat it like doesn't really help. But like, I don't know if you have like vineyard raster, you know, in the terrain of Napa Valley or something, like that would be really cool visualization. I just don't know how to do it.
A lot of government data sources, like in particular, like the USGS has tons of data that's hosted as tiles. So you can basically find this data set, you grab the URL or into the website where it lives, and then you tell Google Earth, go get them from here, and then it does it automatically. But it sounds like the only way to use the web interface with raster data is to have it live somewhere else or hosted somewhere else. Which is fine, because they just don't want you uploading a bunch of images to their server.
Yeah.
And they have to store it.
I mean, that's the same thing with the files that they support locally, is they support JPEG and PNG because they're highly compressed image formats. If you
Yeah.
have a tile server somewhere, the data natively can be other formats, but the tile server is going to give it to Google as PNG.
Yeah.
So we could actually try and put OpenStreetMap into Google Earth, because OpenStreetMap has a tile server.
Yeah, OpenStreetMap, when I was like because I was trying to like teach this to myself so I could show people, and OpenStreetMap was one of the main tile servers. They're like, use OpenStreetMap. But then I was like, why would you, it just seems a little strange, like.
Well, that's just a good one to test with. So like, I can say from a lot of work that I do, I actually host a lot of tile servers, and there's a lot of like NASA data out there on tile servers.
Yeah.
You could go and get to NASA and they have tile servers, we can grab one of those.
Maybe let's try that at the end. I want to make sure we get to the cool visualization. Yeah, I don't want to like, I don't want to be like, we can't do this today, but I do want to make sure we get the visualization, because that's what Google's for. But yeah, once you hit add, let's see, it's through the little add, tile overlay, this is what pops up, and then this is where you kind of put the URL pattern that we will discuss at the end. I want to delete that, delete this, we don't know what that is. And then I took a slide that kind of shows like NASA's night lights imagery draped over the Middle East. That came from this website. That is the first thing that pops up when you search Google Earth online tile overlay. That website will first thing. So it exists. That's a thing you can do. But I don't know enough. So yeah, that's the things you can do in Google Earth. You can make your own data, which I think is the main point. You can upload some outside data. You can use their layers if that's useful for you. Like I said, I think most of their layers that they provide is good for like digitizing your own versions. But are we feeling good at this point? Okay, this is the fun stuff. This is my favorite part. Okay. So the number one feature, in my opinion, is the story maps. It's got a pretty simple flow, right? So we add our data like we just did. We arrange our data in order of the map contents, and then we'll refine our views, and then we'll click slideshow. So let's arrange things in order. So for me, let's see, I want Cheeto to be near the Cheeto sightings. That makes sense to me. And then we should probably put the egghead near the Shields library. So to arrange things, it's just these like 6 dots, and you can drag them around where you want them to be. Cool. The other thing is where we can define our views. So to define our views, again, kind of like we said earlier, it's in the editing sidebar. So click edit. And this is where the capture this view comes in really handy. So Shields library, let's say I want to tilt it a little bit. So I'll hold shift and kind of tilt. Maybe we'll even turn on our 3D buildings now. Cool. Okay, so then we hit capture this view. When we go to the slideshow, this is what will show up. And it defaults to the small card. So for Cheeto, to zoom to Cheeto, we do more options. Zoom to fit. That'll zoom us to Cheeto here. And for this one, I like the view it's already at. So we'll capture this view just to double check. And I'm going to do large panel here so we can see what that looks like. And then for our sheet mowers, this is what I mean by the 3D view kind of covers your stuff sometimes. You can kind of see that tree. For the sheet mowers, just so we can see that, I'm going to leave it at no presentation settings. Cool. So now we do slideshow. And it does this cool slideshow, right? So here's Peter J. Shields' library. This is the medium thing. And it has, you know, my description. And again, if you're making some kind of presentation, that could be longer. When we click down here, let's click down here just to be official here to next, right? It'll zoom to the egghead. And again, the settings where we can set the fly speed, you know, if you want that to be faster or slower. Cool, so now we get to see the egghead, woo! And then we.
Oh, never mind, I just saw the giant section.
So then we click around, right? Sheet mowers, this is what none looks like. So no panel, just kind of shows you the place. Oh, there's my bike path, which I forgot to set the view for, but you know, if we wanted to zoom in closer, you know, we could zoom in, capture this view. What are we? Oh, and then, so this is a bit of a bummer. I can't figure out how to get rid of this. Whereas like we had the sheet mowers polygon, and then we have the sheet mowers label. The slideshow is going to lead you to both. And so that's why it kind of zoomed out, because the polygon view is zoomed in and the point view is slightly zoomed out. So if you wanted that to not happen, you have to make sure both of those views are captured from the same spot. And then there's the bike route. And then we have Cheeto. So this is what the large looks like. It kind of takes up the whole half. So when you're capturing your views for that, kind of make sure you keep that in mind. You're kind of over to the side a little more when you capture that view if you're using large.
You can't take things out of the slideshow from the, I can't find a button to take my own slideshow from the tabletop then.
I don't think you can. I tried really hard. I think if we, because I'm also missing a few Cheeto sightings. There's August 28th. Where's my other Cheeto sightings? Oh. Okay. When I zoom out, you can see them. They must have a zoom setting set. Strange. Edit. Capture this view. There we go. But yeah, I can't seem to figure out how to get things out of the table of contents unless I think you hide them. So that's kind of a bummer on the slideshow. Again, weird Google things to keep in mind. But I think this slideshow is like really cool. We're zooming through. Oh, forgot to fix that. Yeah, weird. We lose my Cheeto sightings. Anyways. And then escape will get us out of here. Except I'm on Zoom, so it's like an extra thing for me. Yeah, refining your slideshow. Oh, and the final thing. Okay. So let's say we have this like cool visualization. Maybe you got like a bunch of field sites that you want to show. You're like, I collected data here, and then I went over here and collected data, and you want to show this in your presentation. The official method is to just add a hyperlink in your slides, and then you open up a new window and you'll open up your Google Maps. But that's not cool enough for me. So my method is you just do the whole presentation in Google Earth. So what we can do is we can add slide. So in the add button in Google Earth, we can add a slide. And this slide will look kind of plain. I'm gonna say, I'll say like, thank you. Thank you for watching. And don't look at my typos. And this is just what it looks like. This is like in the folder. Get out of the folder, please. For like, that's the only slide that we're allowed to add here, but there's a workaround. And this is what I think is, this is the cool part. So you can just make your slides in however you make your slides. And then you take a screenshot of your slides. So this is where you put, your graphs and your charts and your lit review and all that. Take a screenshot, definitely zoom in, make sure that you have good quality here. On Macs, I believe there is a different way to take a screenshot that I do not know, but there is a way. Command-Shift-4 if you're on a Mac. If you're on a Windows, the snipping tool is what you use. And I think there's also another way. But you take your screenshot, you save your screenshot, put it in my downloads so I can find it. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. Then you go to Google Earth, add the slide, hit media, and then you add the picture of your slide. And then down here, there's use photo as background image. And then just like, don't add anything else. Don't do anything else and just leave it at that. Hit done. And now we have a slide that is, we'll put it here. Now we have a slide. So now when we go to slideshow, oh, sorry, we're gonna have to zoom through everything here. And between all of these places, you could have your slide. Like I collected data here, here's my results. And then I moved over here and I collected data, here's my results. And then you just like have your slide. So like, I guess if I'll show you like if it's in the middle here, right? Zooming around, here's my first place. Here's what it looks like from the ground. Here's some information about it. So I don't know. I think that's cool. I'm gonna try to do it for my next conference is try to do something like this. But that's the visualization tools. That's it. Yeah, so the official method's kind of boring because you have to open this new screen and then you do all these other things. But I think if you just put a picture of your slides, you can just have this like cool Google Earth slideshow, and show your places and show all your things. So. And then yeah, like I had the media, the description was really short, but like if you wanted to do a story map as well, I also think this is like a really cool way to do it. And the street view is like a cool, yeah, so it's got all these little features to it that I just think are like really cool. And this is where I'm like, I think I marketed this wrong. I should have marketed it more as a presentation tool than as a GIS, but If you're like, I need to make a map and I don't want to learn QGIS or ArcMap or something, Google Earth's where it is where it's at.
So you can't actually manipulate the slides at all in this, right? It's just taking a screenshot.
It's basically just a screenshot. So this is where it's like, I guess, kind of get creative of how you want to incorporate it. I think they should have like a functionality where you can like embed this into a slide and be able to zoom around, but they don't seem to, although maybe they do.
But if you want to do that, you should do a desktop screen record of
Mm.
video and video and slideshow.
Nice. Yeah, that would make sense. I'm actually going to add that to my slides right now.
They're really unlikely to add any features aside from the solar EV related stuff that they're charging companies.
Yeah, the EV solar prints is like, I think that's really I don't know what it is. I tried to play around in it.
Installers have subscriptions because they use it for their air photos in order to figure out how big people's roofs are and what orientation they are.
Yeah, that's actually, that's a good idea, is the screen record, because then you can embed it into like an actual slideshow and
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, and then I did not get these slides finished on time to share them before, but we will share them after. And you know, most of this was a demonstration, but hopefully the slides have enough info that you can follow along. And then also, of course, since it's Google, they want to make it easy to use. So you can always Google how to use Google, I guess. Wait, are there questions, comments, concerns? Yeah.
I have a question about, so if you wanted to do, say you have a bunch of points, like at a field site,
Mhm.
different things that you sampled, could you sort of mimic the street view effects, like by zooming into a specific point and like showing a still photo that you took for like a plot or something like that?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
How to do that? Like, would you just, I don't know, I'm just curious about that, because that could be really cool if you had like, you know, a bunch of plots on the landscape and you could do a slideshow where you zoom into specific plots and then you have like a plot view that you took. You're not gonna get street view, right?
Yeah.
But
I wonder, I think you would want to you'd want to zoom in really, really close. So like here you'd want to zoom in really close, set that as your view, and then add a slideshow with the image afterwards.
yeah,
And so you would click, it would zoom in, you'd click again, and it would flip to your slideshow.
Yeah.
I think the animation of it like going down to street level, I think you would miss.
yeah.
But yeah, I think if you got creative and you could even put a street view, if you're close enough to a street with street view, put that there and then very quickly go to your image.
Yeah.
But if you're in the middle of a field, there might not be a street view there.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, yeah, you got to be a little creative within its limitations, but I think that's like a really cool use of Google Earth Online. The other thing is with the adding points, with adding labels to your polygons, if you, let's say, sampled like 100 fields and you have 100 polygons that you want to add a label to, there are workarounds for that. It's just beyond the scope of this workshop. So there are ways to add lots of labels to lots of polygons at once. Again, I think you'll have to search and find that tutorial, but and then there's also ways to make sure that the label is perfectly centered within your polygon. But again, you'll have to just go find that tutorial to make sure that happens. let's see. That's what I had. That's its capabilities. Oh, you know what you could do is you could set your base map settings. Nope, not your base map. Set your fly end animations to, let's see what cinematic looks like. No, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Sad. Yeah, That's a bummer that the orbital animations don't. Go over to the slideshow. Yeah, because I wanted it to do this in the slideshow, but it looks like it won't let you do that either. Bummer. So there's some limitations. But I think as far as ease of use goes, those limitations to me are totally worth it. There's other programs, like I think Esri has a story map product. But again, there's a bit of a learning curve there. So as far as ease of use goes, I'm perfectly fine with the limitations that it has. Yeah, it's free, all sorts of things.
Down story map pool that I like that's from Night Labs. That is kind of fun. You can build it with the Google Sheet. But it's pretty basic. So it's another thing to explore, like if this is similar to what you want, but you want to try other things, I take a look at that one.
Is that night, like, also day or?
Yeah, with K.
So
It does different things, but it does a story map style kind of thing as well, and it's free. That's the story.
yeah. And then if we were to save this, let's say we have all of this, export as a KML. You know, now I have favorite places on campus.kml, and I can open that up in another thing. And so I've used that before in my, like I had a professor ask me to make a map for him of Nepal, like various cities in Nepal, which the Nepali government has GIS data, I just can't read it. So I just went to Google Earth, you know, made points for every city that he needed, and then used that in QGIS to make a map for him. So that's another one where just like, even if you do go and learn other GIS, just knowing that you have Google Earth and knowing that it's like fairly simple to use is like also just really helpful to me, at least. And if you were to do something like that, you actually wouldn't need to cite Google as your data source, because the location of Kathmandu is the location of Kathmandu. Like I can go get that information elsewhere. I could open up an atlas and, you know, measure and stuff if I wanted to. But if you were to use their imagery in a map, you would need to cite Google there, because their imagery is their product. So just a heads up on that. When in doubt, cite it. But if you're using Google to get the location of like factual places, you wouldn't need to cite it. Do we want to try to add a raster? Do we want to do that?
People also have Google My Map, like My Map, that goes, and it's like very similar. And I was wondering if you tested that at all, but I just did a quick Google search, and it doesn't do the story slideshow thing that this does, so,
The My Maps?
yeah.
I use it all the time, so I can tell you the differences.
There's what?
I can tell you the differences because I use them. I use My Maps all the time. My Maps is more like a Google Maps interface. And so you can put in a lot of markers, and you can save driving directions, and you can style all the icons.
Oh, interesting.
And it all just lives in Google Drive, so you can actually go to your phone and pull it up on your phone using your Maps app.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It's really helpful for like field planning, like if you're going out to do field work, My Maps is really helpful for planning field trips, but it also is just really good for planning vacations. So like, you know, you drop your hotel marker in, all the places you want to go, how to get there. My mouse is really helpful for that. And because it's available on your phone, you know, that helps when you're actually there.
Interesting.
I somehow managed to get. Somebody needed my map layer of all the drinking fountains and it somehow got linked to my phone account and then every time I go. I don't know how to get rid of it.
Oh, I can show you how to turn it off.
Okay, cause I couldn't even like.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I opened up Google Maps and I've got all those drinking fountains like. That's like my personal account, I don't even know how it happened, but anyway, yeah, no, it's cool, cause it's on phone.
And then if we're talking about Google mapping products, there's also Google Earth Engine, which is for like big climate data type stuff. That really goes over my head, so, but it does exist. And apparently it's powered by their cloud infrastructure, so. And I think there's some compatibility with Google Maps and Google Earth. I think you can upload maps points, like if you're out on vacation or something, I think you can. But again, I wanted to just, the story maps is what I wanted to do today.
Yeah, or.
There is one other thing in Google Earth that might be useful is reference projects. So if you have multiple projects that are like kind of similar, you can set one of those projects as your reference project. And that will basically all of the settings that you have and all of, like, if you have the 3D buildings enabled and if you have certain zoom settings enabled, that reference project will apply to your other projects. So I think that's just meant to like, so you don't have to redo all your settings every time you make a new project. And that I think is set through here. And I forgot how to do it. Let's Google it. Ah. Oh, okay. It's like this other project that you add. You add a whole other project. There it is. So if you're like in here, you can add like an entire project here as a reference project. So that's where like, again, you've got everything set, how you want it. You want to add it to something else. It can be your reference project. So. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do this in my AAG presentation in Google Earth. I don't know what it'll be. I haven't signed up for the conference yet, but. Cool. Yeah, thanks for coming, guys. I got nothing else. I wish I had like a. I guess here, I'll end it with the join us at Froggies. Should
Wanna try a raster thing?
we try it? Yeah, that was my